Part 6, Trail Updates from Val's book, Your Universal Hiking Guide. This is Tuesday, April 29th, 2014. Greetings. And I did about 8 of these, I think. Greetings. When I was on the trail here, the Pacific Crest Trail. Greetings. My son Michael and I are at mile 109, Warner Springs Resort. It is one of the 3 to 4 resupply points actually on the trail. We began hiking April 23rd from the Mexican-United States border, thinking we would get our trail legs by going maybe 10 to 15 miles for the first 2 weeks. There are elements that affect mileage, mainly water and camping sources. Yesterday we went 24 miles in order to find both water and a place to camp. 2 days previous, we were on a high ridge all day hiking in winds that were 70 miles an hour in some places. We needed to hike 2 hours with a headlamp at night in order to find a decent place to camp without the wind. That day we made 21 miles. Michael says each day is like a postcard. It's my son. The Southern California mountains, their flora and fauna are grand. About the same time we started, a 19-year-old boy needed to be rescued the first day out, a 14-mile rugged stretch. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. Not sure what the story was. Well, in the meantime, we found out that he partied on ecstasy the previous night and didn't bring enough water, and it was really hot. The third night out, we went to bed in high winds, 50 miles an hour at Mount Laguna, the Sierras of the San Diego, wondering why the tent had partially collapsed during the night. We looked outside to find snow and 20-degree temperatures. At the campground, a couple fled to their car during the high winds. In the morning, their tent had flown away, and they never did find it. Met Billy Goat, a retired railroad conductor who is 75 years old. He has hiked the Pacific Crest Trail several times, as well as many trails around the world. He still logs in over 2,000 miles a year. Another guy is hiking with a steel drum and hopes to pull some trail money out of performing in town stops. We hitched into Julian, an 11-mile stretch, for free sandwiches, pie, and ice cream and coffee. It was Sunday, and this old mining town was bustling with tourists, cowboy shows, and hikers. Town stops are a real treat. We can take showers here at Warner Springs, but the laundry is closed down because hikers were getting rashes after washing their clothes. Met Archangel, an experienced hiker. He runs hunting and fishing expeditions. His friend was hunting monkeys in Borneo. He shot a monkey down from a tree. As he went over to it, he heard crying. Looking down, he saw the monkey was holding her baby. The mother held out the baby for the hunter to take. He tried to nurse the mother back to health, but she died. He swore off hunting from that moment. We often come into camp at the end of the day unable to even think, thoroughly exhausted. We have only set up our tent and tarp 2 nights. The other nights, the weather allowed cowboy camping or sleeping bag only. But each day we wake up ready to go. It is no accident this trail is called Pacific Crest Scenic Trail. The beauty is awesome. One last thing is the people. The hikers are generally an energetic, happy bunch. The trail angels are absolutely full of love and kindness. Some open up their homes for laundry and give rides. Some leave water caches in remote parts of the trail that have no water, which is really critical. There are many people who make the trail more enjoyable for us hikers. In a sense, it is easier going than it was 20 years ago without all the help. Okay, here's the next trail update, May 7th, 2014. Greetings, armchair travelers. Michael and I made it to mile 266, day 14, with a short 6-mile day and then a hitch into Big Bear Lake to a hiker hostel where we will spend the night. We will have to wait around till 3:30 tomorrow for Western Union to apply money sent us today from home. Unfortunately, I think my stash fell out when I gave gas money to a hitch we got in Julian. Yes, I lost a couple $100. So that hitch, she got a well-paid gas money. There are other minor but important events that out here make a difference. Our daily routine, if there is one, is to get up at dawn and walk till dusk with 3 or 4 short breaks in between. Many times there are side trips or points of interest like the zoo for movie animals where we spent some time watching the bears and tigers yesterday. Our favorite trail food right now are tuna, salmon, and Spam packets, a little jerky, cheese sticks, bagels, tortillas, salami, dried cereal we can hydrate, peanut butter, Pop-Tarts, protein powder, shakes, and Kool-Aid to flavor the water. Town stops are a real treat as we get to feast on hamburgers, fries, and shakes. Back to the third day out, we were lucky enough to run into an outfitter in Mount Laguna who shed 18 pounds between our pack weights that we sent home. We got fitted with more lightweight gear that brought Michael's base weight without water to around 12 pounds and mine down to 14 pounds without water. Water weighs around 2 pounds per liter, and we can carry up to 5 liters at a time when needed. Less weight makes the journey more enjoyable. I pack my Osplay Atmos 50 first by stuffing my sleeping bag, tent, and then rainfly at the bottom without their stuff sacks. Then on top, a stuffed sack of food and another with clothing. On the sides are 2 1-liter bottles. There are other side pockets for flashlights, toothbrush, compass, snacks, harmonica. I brought one in order to learn how to play, haha. There are 9 mountain ranges we passed through. 2 we have done. The Laguna Range and the Mount Jacinto Range, 10,800 feet. Coming down from Mount Jacinto was my hardest day so far. It was a 4-mile walk to the descent, then 16 miles of switchbacks in 102-degree temperature, then 4 more miles to Ziggy and the Bears hiker home. The other ranges are San Bernardino, which we face next, San Gabriel, Libre, Tehachapi, Sierra Nevada, Klamath, and the Cascades. We are constantly around 4,000 to 9,000 feet mark, but every day is uphill. There always seems to be more uphill than down. The switchbacks are never ending. When you think you are finished, there is always another one. Most nights are cool. Last night we were at mile 18 and it started snowing, so we stopped under a tree and set up camp early, about 5:30. Hiker's midnight is 8 p.m. On to some trail characters. Honestly, I like the lifestyle. Hikers and folks associated with this lifestyle are living on the fringe. Most are very personable, and even if they are not, everybody is on the same page. You're either walking or helping in some manner. There was Bipolar, a doctor we met at one of the water caches a few days out. He was tending blisters and foot problems again for free. His scripted line when we came in was, "It's a beautiful day, or am I just bipolar?" We have not had any foot problems so far. One night at dusk, we look up at the trail and see Night Rider, sitting tall in her saddle, riding her big black beautiful horse named Valentina. Last year, she was the first equestrian to finish the Pacific Crest Trail on one horse. She had to walk it about 500 miles because some of the trail can be precarious, especially in windy conditions, and lots of it is rocky, not smooth. We passed many large trees that had blown over onto the trail, and it was hard to imagine how she got her horse around them. She doesn't use a pack horse or mule, but has resupply points along the trail for feed. There have been people who finished the trail using more than one horse, but she is the first using only one. Vermont Mad Hatter, who had a hand building both the PCT and the AT, went into great detail how they moved the large boulders into place and general sculpting of the trails. Skirting private property is always an issue and makes the trail wind in ways that doesn't seem practical. Professor Smur teaches Russian history. He wrote Perceptions of Nature, Impressions of a Nation. It's an environmental treatise of Estonia. Once he found out I was Latvian, we had a lot of joking around and talking. Half Slow is a short Vietnamese fellow hiking the trail with his gay partner Jim. He entertains us with Kipling poems to Godfather movie theme songs. He once stopped by this beautiful old crooked cedar type tree and rattled off a poem to this beloved old tree. From what I can tell from trail registers, there are maybe 700 hikers ahead of us. The main herd is still a couple of days behind us. There were over 1,000 registered for the big kickoff party in April 25th to 27th, where they had workshops, vendors, current trail conditions, etc. We skipped this and left April 23rd to avoid the crowd. There are a few hikers that have been doing 20 to 35 mile days that have already passed us. This is not a race, but we do have to consider finishing before fall storms in Washington set in. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and those are two of the trailed updates. I have a few more, and I'll do it next time.